How's it going, HotStreak users? I'm Sports by Dustin, and today I'm be going over the NFL HotStreak slate for Monday Night Football, which takes place on September 19th. We have a doubleheader tonight. Game 1 between the Bills and Titans, Game 2 between the Eagles and Vikings. Going to be two great games. I'm really excited for that Vikings-Eagles game. I think that's going to be a shootout. Can't wait for that one. But before we get into the video, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and do that right now. Give the video a like while you're at it. We would appreciate it. And if you're not on the HotStreak Fantasy app, go to the link in the description, download the app, use the code in the bottom of your screen. You'll get $10 bonus plus 100% deposit match up to $1,000. That's right, up to $1,000. And if you guys don't know about our live in-play entries that you can place with HotStreak, we have it for baseball, NFL, and so on. You can actually, so let's say Josh Allen's coming up, his next drive, right? You can say his next completion is going to be over under 9.5 yards. Or maybe on the other side, Derrick Henry. You think his next rush is going to be over or under 3.5 yards? You can place those entries mid-game and find out if you win right away, getting instant gratification, instant payout for it. So make sure you guys are checking that out for NFL. We have it for MLB as well, where if you see Aaron Judge is on deck and you think that he's going to strike out in his next at-bat, you can go ahead and select that. Or maybe you think he's going to get a single, you can do that as well. But let's go ahead, hop into the NFL Monday night doubleheader slate. Man, that sounds good. Let's go ahead. My first play, Kirk Cousins over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Kirk Cousins has hit this in 13 out of 17 games, including 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of his last 10 games, he has over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Of course, we know his receiving corps got Justin Jefferson, you got Adam Thielen, Osborne, Dalvin Cook, Madison. I mean, he's got weapons surrounding him for days, and that's partially the reason why he has these 2 touchdown passing games over and over again as of late. They've definitely surrounded him with great talent. And, of course, Kirk Cousins, solid quarterback. He's not elite, and he's not bad at all. Over 1.5 passing touchdowns in what I think is going to be a shootout against Philadelphia. Okay, so my next play in the same game is now going to be receptions prop, which is going to be Dallas Goedert under 4.5 receptions. He's only gone over this number in 7 out of the last 17 games, which is only a 41% hit rate. He's coming off the first game of this season with their new addition, A.J. Brown, on the team, the shiny new weapon that Jalen Hurts went to a lot. I believe he had 10 receptions or something absurd like that. 10 receptions. Dallas Goedert didn't even get targeted enough times to go over this 4.5 receptions number. He only had 4 targets in a game where they had to throw a lot in that ball game. He played 71 out of 77 snaps. Probably going to see about the same thing as well. They usually always have at least one tight end on the field in the offense for the Eagles. But I do like him to go under this number of 4.5. I think that they're going to be focused on the shiny new weapon again and kind of forget about the old tight end there. And then my next play is going to be a kicker's prop. So this one is Tyler Bass over 2.5 extra points. Yeah, a kicker prop. But it looks beautiful, doesn't it? 8 out of the last 8 games, he has over 2.5 extra points. The Bills' offense is just insane. We know what Josh Allen's bringing to the table. It looks like he's maybe stepped up again this year. But I just think the Titans allowed 3 touchdowns to Daniel Jones and the Giants and allowed 3 extra points to that team. If you don't think that the Buffalo Bills can most certainly put up 3 touchdowns against Tennessee, because that's kind of how I look at these extra points props, is how many touchdowns are they going to score? Because most likely they're kicking an extra point after a touchdown. Obviously, sometimes they'll need to go for a 2-point conversion and such, but most of the time you are going to be getting an extra point after a touchdown. And I definitely think the Bills are going to be scoring at least 3 touchdowns in this game against Tennessee. So that's how I kind of like to look at it. But my next prop, my final prop. So I'm giving you one prop on every single team today, if you guys haven't noticed so far. My next one is going to be another receiving prop. It's going to be Kyle Phillips over 2.5 receptions. Now, Kyle Phillips isn't on Props.cash, but I will let you guys know. In his first game as a rookie on Tennessee, he had 9 targets, 6 receptions, and 66 yards. He is a slot receiver, and honestly, Buffalo, if they're susceptible anywhere, it's going to be in the slot. I like Kyle Phillips to go over 2.5 receptions. He's been showing out in camp. He's been one of the best receivers on the team. And out of game one, right? He didn't even play that many snaps. Still had 9 targets out of the slot. Ryan Tannehill's feeding the slot. He liked to feed Jarvis Landry out of the slot when he was in Miami. I like him to go over 2.5 receptions in this game, where I think they're actually going to have to pass because they're going to be playing from behind against Buffalo. So just to recap, Tyler Bass over 2.5 extra points. Kyle Phillips over 2.5 receptions. Kirk Cousins over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Dallas Goedert over 4.5 receptions. That's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoy watching the Monday night doubleheader and have fun playing on HotStreak today.